Hi everyone, my name is Vyse and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Behind that door awaits the third trial, where we will truly find out the truth between the death of Hifumi and Kiyotaka. Was it Hiro? The evidence seems to point that direction, but we'll see. Like, something I've been thinking about, it's been a few days since I've played this. What if Byakuya did it, and Genocide Jill / Toko was an accomplice with, probably mainly Genocide Jill, with how obsessive she is with Byakuya. I could see her being an accomplice, and so the two of them working together, I could see that working. But then Hifumi also said that Hiro killed him. But I don't know. Anyways, everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation. I don't know why I'm talking weird tonight. And they were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were all there.
Monokuma appears!
Hello. Two of you. Why are there two of you here now? He's multiplied.
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. This looks that way because of an illusion. Well, I know there are multiple robots. I'm moving so fast and it looks like I've multiplied. I don't believe you. Can you tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, we're not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hiro. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it for cereal. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here.
Yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it. Big Mac? Have you called me that before? But and are you gonna become Toko eventually? I like Toko better than Jill. It wasn't me, you gotta believe me.
Hey.
The story begins when we get down there. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. The trial will be over in no time. I doubt that. Were you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your arguing.
Damn.
I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude. Me neither.
Just the worst.
Let's hurry up and go so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes. Let's do this. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. Not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Okay, I gotta say, I really like the decor change in here. Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me, of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. But apparently I do. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yep, might as well. Me. Okay. See what skills. Okay, that skill is set. Focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Excellent. Wait a minute. Where did all those others go? Okay. Those two are taken. Lost in Thoughts taken. Okay, so I have all that I can. Okay, let's see. Truth bullets. File, the tarp. The dolly with blood on it. The glasses. Spotless hammer. Repository door gun locked on the inside. Bloodstain, probably the wheels. Glasses cloth. Celeste saying that the body disappeared when they were left in the nurse's office. The dining hall note. The blueprint with different handwriting. The costume that can fit Hiro. Hiro's account. Broken wristwatch. At just past 6 o'clock, which would be when he died. Scrap of paper. No Hifumi had. And no handbooks were involved. Okay, let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Yeah, we already know that.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Things aren't gonna be this obvious. I mean, might have been Hiro, but it's gonna take us a while to get to that conclusion. There's no way it's gonna be this
Don't
straightforward.
try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Yeesh. How do you do that weird little tongue curl thing? Like, I mean, I don't know if anyone would agree with that.
Who are you calling a murderer?
You have a good point
I
there.
am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, you have to make that clear. Okay. Let's get down to business. Hopefully, I will not suck this badly. There's a message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Okay, I'm not sure which of those previous two would be what I should fire at. Looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awfully messy. Hiro's handwriting is okay.
Everything we found
So at the
in your
blueprints.
room. The blueprints,
The suit parts, they are all...
There we go, okay.
No, that's wrong!
Excellent.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
what do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints,
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
That's what I was about to say.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
Very valid point.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
What? And of course he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
I don't know! The suspicious individual in question. The one that must have been in the suit. Hiro was in the suit!
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
What was the point of
That doesn't
that?
make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Huh?
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
He might be kind of right in this scenario.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
The
It
dolly.
would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Dolly and tarp.
I got it!
Still one more thing. The dolly. There we go.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Yep. What's with the attitude?
So, let's...
So what?
Taka's body disappeared from the equipment
Okay.
room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository.
Okay, I thought I got it wrong at first. I was really
And when we
confused.
found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
Good thing we have perfect screenshots of exactly what happened in that room.
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yes.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room.
Ew.
It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Ah, you
There is
douchebag.
no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway.
Okay, in the last trial, Byakuya told me he better watch out for me. The last 2 trials been solved, because me, just forget about that one time I failed during the second trial. I still figured it out. Ah, stop being mean.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around
That
you.
is total bullcrap. Well, I've never had anyone sound so nice for being so mean. Maybe I can change your mind. If I could explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. New element has... Oh my gosh, even more! Reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom screen underneath tempo marker, you'll see ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the right mouse button and left mouse buttons. Automatically reload at the start of every time, your ammo will not decrease. If your action is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. You know everything I said. Good luck and have fun. Crap.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are cruel. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
There we go. There we go. Come on.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Come on.
Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
Okay.
You have it wrong.
Okay,
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
Okay.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Okay.
You miserable wretch.
Did I do it?
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Okay. Sorry that it's kind of focused on stuff. Not even sure how I got that right, but apparently I did.
That the dolly moved. I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
Couldn't I have just shot a regular bullet for that?
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository.
Seems a bit unnecessary to have done that.
So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Especially this early in the trial. Jesus, Celeste really hate me that much?
Anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Okay.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I think it very much does
I'd
matter.
be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
Please do.
If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately
It
obvious.
can't bend over. If you look how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Okay, Robo-Justice costume bullet.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Yes.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
There we go. Yes!
You're
First try.
absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Can't bend over. As blind as a bat in here, can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
Low control, can't see
When
your
you
feet.
can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Exactly. And I'm just gonna pause here. Something I had thought about at first and what I've been thinking about through this trial. Celeste is another suspect I had since they revealed the $10 million. It's because she yelled, people came, death. She yelled, blah, 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 you know, she was summoning people to places on her own. Until it was her and Hina together when the body disappeared, so can't explain that. And I mean, maybe someone else hit the body, but I can't see why. But I don't think Byakuya did it either if he's going so hard at it wasn't the Robo dude. But we'll see. There's absolutely no chance that Cross was taken off the body because you can't take it off by yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make a stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Yep.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
Exactly.
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
But then again, he is an idiot.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Mm-hmm.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How'd you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice, or that's why I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Accomplice. An accomplice did it. I guess.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it.
Amen.
Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Like Lemony Snicket? Sorry, couldn't listen.
What a pain in the ass!
Agreed, but we gotta figure
I
this
don't
out.
disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Okay.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
There had to have been a second suit that got destroyed or something.
As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down to the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Yeah! What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been and Celeste was with us when Hiro had his death cry. Or Hifumi had his death cry. He was in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
Okay.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body had disappeared. Has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I mean, Celeste is very involved in this. Maybe she did... I don't know.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. So, I just really like this music.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say
No,
that?
Hifumi died.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3,
Same thing.
while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
Wait,
So it's obvious Taka
No.
came after.
the Monokuma file that said they were hit with a similar weapon. They were numbered, but Were they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death, I
Okay.
wonder if he died before Hifumi.
I think I need to
or
hit
perhaps
this.
it was after.
Wait, it talks with the same
We
weapon.
already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
Come on.
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Dang it. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Maybe think something weird's going on. Crap.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Dang it! That's not it either. Okay, so I absorbed numbering.
So,
Maybe
regarding
that's what I
Taka's
do
death,
for what order?
I wonder if he died
Maybe.
before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was
I hope
after.
so.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Yes, okay.
No, it's wrong.
Got it.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise
Yes, he was
their
killed
actions.
at 6. We know that.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Watch. Evidence that proved Taka was killed before Hifumi. Something that relates to what times must have died. Either the watch or the note. Wristwatch. So I need I. And I need S. S, yes! Wrist, W. I need a W. I need a W. I need an A. A! Good thing I have an English degree, so I can spell stuff. There we go.
Now I understand.
Will my influence gauge go back up?
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
It worked because he said it was past 10. How long are we gonna keep us waiting? His voice reached the air. So it's 10 o'clock. Bedtime. For the boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Huh? What was that? We came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
Yes.
And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
True.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
What?
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Okay.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Since the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
You don't need to do all that short amount of time in a minute. You just need the minute to get in and get out and be up the stairs.
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Okay.
What?
Like an anti-gravity gun?
If the dead body were to move itself.
That's right, he was still alive! He was still alive!
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
No, not
I
another
don't think it
ghost.
has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body.
And
He
he
was dead.
And he cleaned his own glasses off.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Yeah.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I hope so. No! Crap.
Shoot!
Dang it. Failed. Gonna have to restart this. No one believes me. No one wants to hear what I have to say. Have we already come to the end of the debate? Well then, the class file is officially adjourned. Now it's time to reveal who's blackened. And yeah, I know what happens. You're gonna say it was me. Here are the one most votes is Makoto. Makoto's not the blackened, too bad. Real killer graduates, congratulations to them. Everyone else must be punished.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Is it all over? No.
I
He's
refuse
giving
to
you
give
another
up.
shot. Okay, so. Might have to absorb another bullet.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay.
And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay. Body discovery announcement was made once. Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered at the same time.
Are you saying that when we first
Okay, I
found
think-
Hifumi in the nurse's office,
I think I know what I need to do.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is
I have to figure out how to
impossible.
use the silencer now
Hifumi
properly.
was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement
No,
was made.
that's not what I
Are
need.
we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay. Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi
Think I know
in the
why I need
nurse's
to do
office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery
Okay.
announcement along with the rest of us.
Please be right.
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
Yes, victory!
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Because Sakura said that she imagined that we found them at the same
Of
time.
course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That
Okay.
didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true,
Okay.
then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Oh, after
Exactly.
Hifumi died.
We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement. First time was when we played was when we each found the dead body in the opposite equipment room. Second time was when Hifumi came back to life. Dang it! Second announcement came right after Hifumi woke up for the last time. Crap! Second body discovery announcement. When both bodies are rediscovered. Okay.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Okay, sorry about that. Body discovered. Blah blah blah.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then. Let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
Okay.
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that Yasuhiro is still alive. I have to find and show it to everyone. Glasses cleaning cloth thingy. Yes. Okay.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Yep.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Yes.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
What?
Shoot!
Come on!
Well,
Really?
here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And
It's gonna be
then,
after that?
while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
There we go, okay.
No, it's wrong.
Just had to wait a little bit longer.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can was... There you are.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
How would you know that?
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I
True.
see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
He cleaned his glasses before leaving!
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then,
I would say.
if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere!
So Hifumi was an accomplice?
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
So then... It would make sense if it was Celeste. I thought he had actually been hit. Which is not that hard. But not hard enough to kill
And
him.
if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
It was... Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared,
Then
we
how
all
did
went
Hifumi
looking for
die?
them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
And on that note, I feel like this is a good point to stop. Because, well, make sure. Okay. Wow, so pretty big bombshell's been dropped on us. Apparently, Fumi's one of the assailants. But if he was like, okay. Before I thought, okay, he was just hit hard enough to be injured but not dead. And then he just died later. But how did he die afterwards if it wasn't from the injury? Anyways, we'll just have to figure out in the next episode. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. If you have suggestions for other games you need to play, let me know down in the comments. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next Vyse's Virtues. I'll catch y'all later.